Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, on just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, on just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're all having a good morning. Morning came early for me. No, in all truth, I slept in 2 days in a row sleeping in, and today was longer than yesterday. So I'm gonna have to set an alarm to get back in routine tomorrow. But it was okay because I was out. I texted a buddy last night and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go up, have a couple drinks at this place," and we met up there, and uh, he showed up, and we were talking there, and he ended up like this woman ended up coming talking to us, and I think he was into her, so we hung out there for quite a bit, just having a good old time. And Skipper was being a wingman, so um, I was out a little bit late. Let's see. AVA was first. Good morning. Robert Towers here. Good morning, Georgie. Good morning, Bestie. Um, if any of you guys want to jump on, any of you guys who have the link, you got the link. Come on in. I've got nothing planned for today. Paul, good morning. Good morning, Paul. Native Pride, always good to see you. I did love. I kept saying it in the stream the other night. I did love your song, Native Pride, but every time I would talk, other people were talking about other stuff. So I hope you got that. Lady Jen, good morning. Good morning. Uh, let's see. TC's here. Good morning. TC always knows he can jump in. Um, let's see. I hope I'm not skipping anyone. Troublemaker, Big Dirt, good morning. Big Dirt's over there on X. Uh, Good to have you here. Yep, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. My son is at summer camp, so I won't be spending Father's Day with him, but it's okay. I'm fine. Uh, Mary Dale is here. Good morning. Oh, Sharon's here. Good morning. Yankee Bell. Oh, Paul, member for 6 months. Look at that. Thank you, Paul. What a rock star. I'll join if AVA and TC do. Yeah, you just wanna tease TC. Oh, Karma's here. Welcome, Karma. Karma, uh, came across me in, Redneck Stream the other night. Uh, and Joan is here, hang out until she's gotta leave for work. Ugh. Do you need me to call in a bomb threat, Joan, if you need the day off? Uh, yeah, so nothing too much planned. I did have this video that it's doing very well, getting me a lot of views, and I got it from X, and it's of a guy from he's got a show I think on Turning Point, and he's over in Kansas City, and he's talking to these protesters, and the cop pulls him off the sidewalk and essentially tells him he can't be on the sidewalk, and it's like, oh no, that's an absolute lawsuit. Um, Did you the not yet. I do wanna check that out, Greg. Maybe I'll do that on live today. Yeah, the, Bone Crusher was talking about me, and Greg let me know, and thank you so much, Greg, for letting me know. Uh, Maybe we'll look that up. From what I understand, he did not mention me directly. Um, okay. Oh, here ladies and gentlemen, here's Larry. How you doing? Oh, we don't have any audio for you. You're muted. Yeah, we still don't got you. No, don't have you yet. Oh, this stuff happens. It's okay. Yeah, I do know they're at a wedding. I don't know if the wedding's today though, but I did see that they had posted that they were going to a wedding. I'm trying to think what else is going on while Larry figures out his audio. Oh, I've had a lot of people coming after me today because a lot of illegal immigrants are getting detained while they are at court hearings. And people are mad about it and saying you can't do that. They can do that. 100% they can do that. Uh, and these are asylum court hearings. Uh, and they're like, they can't do that. They can. Someone can come here illegally, apply for asylum, and until a immigration judge says you are granted asylum, you can be detained and removed. You can. And a lot of these people who are applying for asylum are applying for their economic refugee status, which is not it does not qualify for you for asylum. So yeah, John Cook said he was gonna sue me. I was in Rosalind's stream. That was what, Thursday? It was either Wednesday or Thursday. I was commenting because she was going through the timeline. And John Cook came in, and I made fun of him, and he said he was going to sue me, and I was like, "With what lawyer? With what lawyer are you going to sue me? All these lawyers that are disgraced and disbarred? Sure, go right ahead, there, buddy. Sue away." Oh yeah, yeah, we knew who he was referring to. Yeah, I, I've got his channel up to remind me. I might pull up the video. The only thing the ecosystem knows how to do is to badmouth on people that support truth. Now, and that has been true since day one. Like ever since I started following this story, they're consistently wrong. They like a lot of them do not know much about the law. And just as an example, they were telling her when she got her cease and desist, "Oh, that legally doesn't mean anything." Okay, Couldn't get the microphone to work. Okay, I mean, you can figure it out, Larry. You get the link. Come on in. I know how that goes. It, especially on phones. Yeah, it's harder on phones because everything's smaller. They don't have an app. I that's one thing. Next time, Restream does a lot of streams themselves, where people who use the platform can go in and give suggestions, and they've taken a couple of my suggestions. But I'll make sure that I go in there and tell them, "Hey, we need a phone app." John called me an a-hole just because I asked him which is worse, jail or living with Lynette. We all know it's living with Lynette. um, but yeah, that's been the theme of them. They don't know the law. They and I dealt with this with Marines. I don't want to give his name, but there was one Marine officer who, when we were going through training, there was, some of us who were prior enlisted and some guys who were just really smart and paid attention. But there was a couple guys, one guy really in particular, when we'd be studying and we'd be talking about, the way the Marine Corps works, we would, be like, okay, we'd talk about whatever we were learning about that week and how it operates. And this guy would come in almost every time and be like, "You guys are wrong. That's not how it works." And then he would talk through some really crazy way. And the thing is, I would say once you've done one enlistment, you've kind of gotten a good idea you know, how the um, how the military works. You know, and like me and my roommate, who was also a prior enlisted guy, I was like, well, I think it's this. It could be this, and maybe this, but never that. But this guy would say things like incorrect things, but he'd say it confidently, like he knew it, and it was like, oh no, oh no. And the thing is, like, and again, I don't want to out this guy, but um, I did run into him in the fleet, and he was doing the same shit. He was doing things wrong, convinced he was right, arguing with everybody that he was right, and sadly, it got equipment lost, and a Marine actually ended up taking their life because they knew what was correct, and they were partially responsible, but they were following his direction. I wish I had. Had chance to had talked to that Marine face to face beforehand, and I would have been like, dude, it's always the leadership who falls. Like, if you've been ordered to do something, even if it's wrong, the leadership will fall. If you told them this is wrong, everyone's like, "Oh, you don't have to follow. You have to follow orders only uh, if you're doing something illegal. Um, do you not have to follow it?" And this was what he was being told to do was wrong, but not necessarily illegal. And that's the thing that people don't understand. Like, there are times where you don't have to follow the law in the military. As an example, commanders are given special trust and confidence by Congress, and they can choose to deviate from U.S. law. When they do it, they have to document it and document why they're doing it, but they can do it. Oh, is it Chris or Yogi that's here from Miltavet? They just crossed their 500 mark. So good on those guys. Well deserved. Well deserved for those guys. TC is picking fights in your server. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit behind in the chat. Megan Tug showed emails to the Florida bar about Randy. He calls Shizzy an alcoholic. Oh, that's the the pot calling the kettle black. Calling Shizzy an alcoholic. Honestly, I'm probably more of an alcoholic than Shizzy, and I barely drink anymore. Like last night, I drank. I didn't get drunk, but I drank. My throat is a little bit hoarse because I was singing as well. It was karaoke. Why are you not up there derailing, Skipper? But yeah, um, yeah. So that's the dummies. They say things confidently, but they're wrong. And just because you're saying it confidently doesn't mean you are correct. Um, oh my god. Michael Malice, who I love following on X, tweeted out 10 hours ago, "Have you ever peed so long that you started to get worried?" I, uh, I told somebody once, this is a crude joke, but I'd gone on a date and, this guy, he asked me how'd it go, and I was "It like, the date went well, but I think I really messed myself up," and he goes, "Why?" And I go, "Well, I had to fart and I couldn't break away to go fart somewhere, and I held it in when, like, I finally broke away, it was so big and so loud, I think I pulled a muscle." Mercedes has not been around this week because she's building her Minecraft server. Okay. I'm not a big Minecraft guy. My son plays it. Um, he wants me to learn how to play that, and he wants me to play Fortnite, Minecraft, and World of Thunder. I am going to play World of Thunder. I'm actually putting that on my laptop. BBB has to be stopped. He's destroying people's reputations. Well, I mean, he's trying to. I don't think he's really destroying their reputations. I'm reading Bone Sucker's transcript and shaking my head. You're being sued and still can't shut up. So AVA is here. I'm not going to go into detail, but AVA, we all know he's had documented problems with the VA. And he was at the VA yesterday, has a video of what happened. It's not good, but that's all I'm going to say because he has a legal fight. What I said what I could. Um, and it'll be really interesting when that video goes public. But yeah, and I'm doing a FOIA request. I am doing a FOIA request, which AVA, if you're still here, I still need to know. I need to a few more specifics for that FOIA request, but let's do that today. Maybe you can assist me today with it. Uh, but it's really disgusting what the VA does to some veterans. Did a silent but deadly fart in an elevator and blame. See, I've always got the dog, so I can blame the dog if I do that. Oh god, that's funny. Uh, I've been playing the intro and leaving the chat overlay up. I wasn't doing that before, but you know what? It's just one less step that I have to remember. Are you guys okay with that? I don't think you guys will have a problem with it, but I'm just checking. Just checking. I felt a cough coming on, so I wanted to mute. I Some people still haven't realized mute if you're going to cough. Don't cough into your microphone. Don't sneeze into your microphone. Don't snot into your microphone. Stark wanted Mankins to be a witness, and Manskin demanded Stark get to go on Zoom. So Judge Davis gives Zoom, then Manskin puts motion in to be a witness on Zoom, and he got it. Is that what happened? I didn't watch any of this stuff yesterday. Um, we have that case coming up on the 18th. Ba, ba, ba. So yeah, I do know there are some Hales updates. I didn't follow them yesterday, or I did in the morning, but then in the afternoon I just started doing other stuff, mainly laundry. I did a lot of laundry. Right, right. But the good thing is this week, the Supreme Court said that federal officers can be sued. If they violate your civil rights, they can be sued. So now they're just like regular police officers. Uh, because that was it's really sad that that had to go up to the Supreme Court. You know, that's something that you think district and appeals courts should have said. Of course, you can. If you violate someone's rights, you should be sued. Qualified immunity. We seriously need to get. We need to get some legislation limiting qualified immunity, both at the federal and the state levels. I can understand the reason for qualified immunity. I know some people want it completely gone. I don't think that's going to be realistic, but I do think that we can get limitations upon it. Yeah, Crook got caught calling the Fed judge a douchebag. I did see that one. Yeah, that one was. Uh, but a witness is asked questions and only when the judge allows him to be called in to speak. True, very true. Um, you know what? I have not been to the PO box. I will go there today, Joan. I will go today and take a look because it'll be closed tomorrow. So I'll have to do it today. Wow, these morons. Someone was telling me that service members get an expedited process for naturalization. No, they do not. No, they do not. There are things that they are exempt from, but that is not expedited. And here's my proof of that. There's a lot of veterans who are illegal immigrants who are getting deported. And I have no sympathy for them because while they were in service, they could have applied for naturalization and either didn't or didn't finish the process, or they uh, uh, or they abandoned it because it's not like, oh, hey, I'm a service member, make me a citizen. No, there are things that they become exempt from, but yeah, they still have to go through the process. But Stark tries to argue he wasn't responsible. It was Bubbles. Oh yeah. That's why Bubbles really wants to get in there. He wants to control that narrative. Um, Bones admitted to calling Jeremy. How did he get Jeremy's number? That's a good question. That's a good question. That's harassment. That is harassment. It's also stalking. And there's a guy who is watching right now, and I know you deactivated your Twitter account again. And yeah, California has stalking laws, dude. You better stop. You think I give a shit about your stupid Substack you wrote about me? And trust me, I've got that. You changed it, you edited it, but I have a copy of it, so I know I can prove that it was defamation. And the fact that you edited it, you just showed that it was defamation. That's why all these people. Do you ever notice some of these people dirty delete? You know, like if excuse me, sorry about that. Like the one dude who dirty deleted his stream about me this week. That's okay. I got my stuff from it. Anthony J. Clark. That's the guy who deactivated. He's the guy that wrote that Substack where he said I was a fraud. He's just mad because he doesn't like my opinions and he tried to get me banned off of Twitter and it didn't work. That's what he's upset about. And that was last year. That was July of last year. That was July of 2024. It's June of 2025. And this dude, he deactivated and set his Twitter account private previously, and then wrote the Substack about me. But that's okay. I had I got my proof. I got my proof. And the other thing is I have him blocked. So if he tries to like counter and say that I'm stalking him, I got you blocked, dude. You are replying to people that I'm replying to, and I can prove it. Some of these dummies. Yeah, dirty delete is is proof of guilt. It absolutely is. You know what's funny is I only go into their streams and stuff when I'm told, "Hey, they're talking about you." Rarely do, or if I know they're going to talk about me. If I've talked about somebody and I know they're going to talk about me, I'll go in their streams. And I have to laugh. Some people are just crying. They are crying like they wanted to be a part of the drama. Excuse me. Sorry. They wanted to be a part of the drama and started injecting themselves and then say that, you know, oh, they're dragging me into this. No, no, no. You injected yourself. You don't think you don't they know that there's a Discord that's watching every single thing that they're doing. We know that they have a Discord that are watching everything that we're doing. Um, and you don't think we have people in it? You don't? Good luck. Yeah, that some of these people they don't do things. And like they don't do things in a smart way. There we go. I was able to mute for that one. Um, but yeah, some of these people they just don't do stuff in a smart way and then get very angry when we have proof of stuff. Very angry. And a lot of their proof against us, it's like you can post that all day long. What you think that shows me in a bad light? That shows exactly what we've been saying all along. You just proved our point. Right, right. They've got people who like are their big supporters who DM us all the time and stuff. Right? And that's what happens when, when you when you say very nasty things to your audience and your fans is people will still stay there and but they'll turn on you and they'll play nice. They will play nice, but you piss them off. I got blocked from Stupid Dave's live because I told Boner gossip with this was a sin. I told Marla not to worry about me. Yeah, I mean, Robin, you know, I am fully conscious that when I block someone, they're still here. They just can't comment. I have moles, gophers, and ground squirrels. There are more holes out there than a golf course. Right? Right, Robert? And like take Robert for as an example. Robert is a fan of a lot of our shows. He's not a veteran, but yet he needed help. We came to help him. Um, I didn't want any money exchanging hands or anything like that. So that's why we did the Amazon wish list for Robert, which if one of the mods can post that, um, we did that. So it never touches any of my foundation stuff. So that's why we were able to do it like that. People don't have to help Robert. And that's if people help Robert and Robert says something they don't like, that doesn't mean anyone got scammed later. It just means that you helped Robert. That's all that means. But Robert is a big fan. I'll celebrate our fans. I absolutely. And If they need help, I'll do what I can. It doesn't mean I open up, "Oh, here, let me do all this stuff for you." It's like and Robert, when I started talking to Robert, I said, "Here's what I'm willing to do. I will operate within these boundaries." And he was like, "Oh, I'm good with that." "Okay, you're good with that? That's what I'll do." Radis got booted the other day. He asked Bones if he liked the Satanic song. See, that he just wants attention. Yeah, DJ Radis wants attention. He is the biggest shit stirrer, and you think these dummies would realize at this point that he's a problem. Me and him had a falling out, and he kind of like we kind of made up, and he kind of came back into the fold a little bit, but I never gave him my complete trust. And there's a lot of people out there, there's several people out there that message me and whatnot that I will 100% say I do not trust a thing they tell me. And like me and Georgie, we talk about it. Me and Coop, we talk about it. Me and AVA, we talk about it. Like I don't trust this person. I'm very leery, but that just because I got DMs with them, and that's why when these dummies show my DMs, it's like I don't care. Like there's nothing you're showing that I'm not happy that I am not happy to show the world myself. I'm the same person on camera as I am in DM, and I've learned that for years of doing this show. But a lot of that means I put up boundaries. And there's one guy in here he watches the show. He and we had a bit of a falling out, um, simply because he wanted me to do this. I said I'm willing to do this. Like he didn't want to again operate within those boundaries, and I was like, well, then I'm not doing that, you know. And he was really upset, but he did come back in and you know ask some questions. I still was fair to him, just because I have a disagreement with somebody doesn't mean they're dead to me. It doesn't mean I'm going to do anything to them. It's just a disagreement. Now, if you do something, um, and you cross a line, that's when they become dead to me. But just a disagreement, it's fine. I disagree with people. Like that's one thing the Marine Corps really, the Marine Corps and working with the football team really helped me learn how to be active aggressive. If I don't like something, I'm gonna say, yeah, I don't like that. I'm not doing that. I'll do this. And people have a problem because most people are passive aggressive in our society. That's why I like dealing with Asian people, like people from Southeast Asia, because they're very active aggressive, like, and they're very matter of fact. And I find I work very well with them because of that. I'll be like, no, here's what I'm willing to do. And they're like, okay. She was in Jay's, she was being nice. Never liked Radis. He even said he's now in Australia. Yeah, yeah, he ran. Here's what I don't like about him. He he has a mental issue, more so than I know. You guys, you've heard me say that Spawny needs a therapist. DJ Radis needs he needs treatment, and I think it is like a diagnosis type of stuff because it's severe in his life. And I'll give you an example. He went through a divorce. He then became homeless. He lived out of his car. He couldn't keep a job. He was causing all this he causes a lot of discontent online. All those things, those are all symptoms. Now, if that were a veteran, I would be like, this is a veteran in a severe crisis that we need to get into treatment immediately. Just as an example. Um, because those are all signs and signals of a mental issue. In his case, I believe it's a mental illness. I don't think at least there's nothing that I've seen that indicates he's got like PTSD or something where it's just like a short term. I believe it's actual. Um, he says he went back because of his parents. Yeah, we all know that's not true. Yeah, we all know that's not true. Um, but he and he thinks that makes him safe. It really doesn't. It actually what it does, him being in Australia now, he's now much more detached. Now I hope he gets help. Just because I mentioned that someone has a mental issue doesn't mean I'm attacking them in any way. No, I'm saying it because you know I want them to get help. But I wish these other people would realize he's causing drama and discontent because of his issue. He needs that energy. So I got to get more coffee, guys. Um, I'm gonna turn on the music and the thing, and I'm gonna go get more coffee. But uh, I'll be right back. Okay? Why is this? Oh, hold on here. Oh, come on. I don't know where my stuff is. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Sweet dreams of you every night I go through. Why can't I forget you and start my life anew instead of having sweet dreams about you? You don't love me. There we go. There we go. That should be down there. There. Ugh. More coffee. More lifeblood. I was out of coffee this week. That's probably why I've been sleeping in so much. Absolutely, native bride. 100% this is true. It's much like alcoholism or drug abuse. They almost have to hit a rock bottom before they go get help. But I find it funny how a homeless guy wants to tell other people how to live and operate. Isn't that funny? But it's because he wants control over things because so much of his life is out of control. Again, that's not an attack. That's just a fact. That is just a fact. Uh, Now here is an attack. I guess you could say an attack for all the others who are bringing him into their circle of trust and working with him. Uh, you're stupid. Like you can't look at all these red flags. It's like you're not bothering me though. You're not bothering me. It's like you do you, and good luck with that. uh, I'm sure people will be upset at this. I'm sure they will. Oh well. I did some trolling that's still yesterday. It's funny. What is this? I'm opening your post here, Tim. Why is it not showing me? Hmm. Hold on. Let me check. Yeah, it's not letting me open the post that you sent me, Tim. It's not letting me open. Hmm. It's probably from someone that I've got blocked. And oh, they hate that. They hate when I block them. I don't block a lot of people. I block those with nefarious intent. Oh, Mayor Dan's in here. Good morning, Mayor Dan. Oh, I don't blame you. Thank you for being here. I I don't know if I'm getting back to Ohio this summer because my parents' 50th. We're going to South Carolina. Um, I'll be able to take my son and my nephew to Paris Island. That's going to be so much fun. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it back to Ohio. I'm coming to Ohio for the Ohio State Texas game. So I will be. I don't have tickets. I'm going to be at the tailgate. You, there will not be a stream of that because again, I'm not a big drinker, but I will be drinking. I will get drunk that day, like 100%. Um, Ohio State Texas. That's going to be a great game. A great game. I really hope I can take my son, but I know his mom is yeah, she's just gonna be a pain. Like if it's something I want to do, there's always a reason why we can't, and it's always a stupid reason. Like nothing that couldn't be pwned or done another time, right? Oh, I don't. I will attack people, and I'll make it very clear when I'm attacking them. Um, but yeah, saying someone's got a mental issue, not an attack. It's not. And it's not a. I know there's some out there saying that's a diagnosis. It is not a diagnosis. If I said they have a narcissistic disorder, that would be like a narcissistic disorder. That's actually it can be a diagnosis. It can also be symptoms. So that could potentially be, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when someone's in a mental health crisis or when someone has a just in general saying they have a mental illness, not a diagnosis. And I've been around enough veterans with mental issues that I can tell when something's going on. Like I can't diagnose it, but I can tell. Like if someone is homeless and living in their car, they have a mental issue. Like 9 times out of 10. This is not Skipper uh coming up with stuff just out of the air. That is 100% true. Brother and family will be at that game. We have family coming in from Texas. Um, if you end up down there, Mayor Dan, you see I've got the email and I've got the phone number. Feel free to reach out to me. We go and we tailgate, and let me just say, my family has a great tailgating spot, like a great tailgating spot. And my brother gets into there's like these organized tailgates that they do where you have to know someone to get in, and there's one that's really nice that my brother gets us into. Used to work in the chow hall when I lived in South Carolina. Oh, that which chow hall? I was 3rd Battalion. So I was in the 3rd Battalion chow hall, and then I had to work in the 2nd Battalion chow hall when you do your team week. So I've been in 2 of the 3. And I've also been to the officers club. Filling the ice cream machine for the guys. I've done that. Team week, I did that. But yeah, if you if you know Ohio State and you know where there's a place there called the uh, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the bar. Uh, I gotta look it up. It's gonna drive me crazy. And I just had it. I literally just had it. gonna drive me so nuts. It's a place I've been to a million times. Varsity Club. Yeah, the Varsity Club. I know. How did I forget that? But it's a big place. It's very well known for uh, Ohio State for years. I believe the first time I walked into the Varsity Club was when my family went there when I was a kid. I was like 5 years old. We went there for the spring game, and the reason I mention it is because like half a block away is this tailgate that my brother he knows people in it. It's actually put on by a couple lawyers, and really cool thing. Lots of good food. They've got drinks there. Um, uh, you have to know someone to get into it. They do charge to get into it, but it's not incredibly. It's not like a ton of money. And then they've got like they got a projector and like a movie screen they play the game on. Okay, Tim, I'll pull it up here. That's funny. That's funny. Who was the one posting this? I mean, clearly it's a fake article about Lynette saying that the child died. Like, do we know who posted that? Like, I'll do trolling. I don't do that type of trolling. Like, if I do trolling, it's because I want to get someone talking about something. There's always a reason. I don't just troll just for the hell of it in the fake group. While people have really been going after Daniel in the fake group, me and Daniel, again, me and Daniel, he did some things that was just not cool. Just not cool. And I know he's threatened to show the emails. I don't care. Show the email. It shows you in a way worse light than it shows me. And Daniel is very upset at me. Why? I don't know. He talked a lot of, not so much he talked a lot of smack, but he let people in his chat talk a lot of smack about me. And I confronted them and I confronted him. And like I find it funny that he's like doing all these loyalty things and like the people like Spawn Trooper won't even let him post his link. And it's because Spawny, he's seen where like Megan and Tug are like, hey, don't post links to other people's streams. Don't do that. But again, there's a reason for that. You're trying to take someone's audience away. If someone's live and I'm live, no, I don't want you posting their live stream link. But I promote channels here all the time. He doesn't promote anyone but himself. Uh, he'll promote when he's going on Squids. He absolutely will. But he got on Daniel the other day and told Daniel that he should have asked to post his like why. Like, are you not helping Daniel build his following or rebuild? I should say we helped him, and he had a falling out with Coop, and somehow I got dragged into that. I don't know how. I thought I was very good to Daniel. I sent Daniel some of my merchandise. He bought some of my merchandise, and I was very thankful. But I also gave him a lot of promotion. Um, Eric's mad. I promoted Eric. I like sponsor admitted I gave him the login. He could have used my Restream account, which would have vastly improved his show. Like they keep you notice how there's the like right up here you see Restream on theirs because they're using the free accounts. I have a paid account. And I've told several content creators, don't pay for it, use mine. But they don't. Why? I don't like. I can understand if someone's like, "Look, I want to control my own show." Totally get it. Totally get it. Uh, but for a lot of these content creators, it's like we can really improve your show, and get like if I were to do that to where someone gets monetized, it'd be like, okay, well, you're monetized now. Now you can afford to go and pay for that yourself. It's $19 a month. And if you're monetized and you do enough stuff, you're gonna make at least $100 a month, which is the payout. In fact, I haven't switched my Restream account over to the business account. I will though, because you know, like I make money off the ad revenue. But yeah, like why would you be sucking up to somebody who doesn't let you post the link to your channel? And you know what this is? I've seen this. I've seen it. And me and Coop have talked about this because Coop's been doing this longer than I have. Um, yeah. See, look, AVA. Skipper offers me the restream all the time. Yeah. I really would love to see AVA get to 1,000. We're getting close. But he's just not putting out like consistent content right now. And I totally get it. He's there's a lot of things in his life happening. Trust me, this is a job doing this. Even doing these stupid lives where I don't really plan anything, it takes up time. You still have to go on to social media and say, hey, watch this, um, and that's what a lot of these dummies have not figured out. Like when the intro song is playing, I am sharing out the link. Like I'm on X promoting it, sending it to DMing it to people I know will retweet it. I'm posting it into the Facebook group, which, by the way, I forgot to do that. Um, but that's how you boost your views, and these guys just don't get it. Like they are lost in the sauce, 100%. There we go. Sharing it to the group so people can find us. And I know some people, they've so they've been sharing Daniel's stream in the group. You know, I've heard he doesn't like that, but oh, there's TC.
Where?
I got you
Oh,
on
what?
camera.
I don't. Where's who? What? I gotta go get my coffee. I'll be right back.
Sure. I'm sure he's got the chickens. Why is this not letting? Oh, there it goes. It wasn't letting me share it to the group. Sometimes Facebook out of all the social media, Facebook is the worst. They
I'm
do
wearing
not
I'm
keep up
I'm
on their
wearing
stuff.
my trash shirt that I use for yard work to remind me of all the shit I've been through.
Are you talking about the place you were fired from, according to people online?
Oh, for the love of God, do not get me started on that.
So he had someone comment on his stuff and said that he was fired for being a sheriff. TC was not fired. They were trying to build a case against him, but TC ended up doing a settlement and getting out.
Well, for those who've never heard my story, you can go see it. I have an entire playlist, but um, the the reality is they did want to fire me, but as my attorney told me, he said, "You're more prepared for this case than I am." And, and I just sent him a whole pages and pages and pages of documents about case history surrounding the First Amendment and public employees, even in law enforcement, who had won case after case after case, and they kind of backed down, and So yeah, I ended up winning that. I'm making lunch for Mrs. TC and my daughter. They're both down at the museum working, and gonna
Oh, nice.
grill some. I'm gonna grill some chicken and make some Cajun sandwiches for them.
There's a couple things I'm doing right now behind the scenes, but things I'm okay talking about. And there's one thing I want you to know, and you don't have to answer
Keep
right
keep talking.
Sure. Um, I am doing a press release about the change.org petition, and I am sending it to various media and some journalists, and I will be sending it to some up there in Minnesota. Here's one thing I want you to think about. If any of these
You want me to think?
yeah, a little bit. If any of these news organizations in Minnesota want to talk to someone about the petition, would you be interested in, because they're a little bit more local to you?
Oh yeah, I mean I can do that. You're
Okay.
talking about the veterans firearms, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And you can talk about any other thing you want. I don't care. I just want I want to get the word out on that. So yeah, I wrote up a press release yesterday. I released it partially, but I'm going to be sending it to individual journalists today. And places where I know I have people that are willing to go on air and talk about it, I'm sending it to those places.
What makes you think I'm okay going on air? What do you? I don't know why you. I'm probably afraid of the truth getting out that I was fired. So I thought we shouldn't go on air.
That you were fired from the job that you left on your own.
Well, I mean, I didn't choose the circumstances under which I. Well, that's probably not even accurate.
Yeah.
I did choose because I dared to speak out and have an opinion. So yeah, to some degree, you could say I brought it on myself, but yeah. But anyway,
Around your neck, is that headphones?
Yeah, it is. It's what I use when I'm doing yard work and stuff, and it's all beat up. So,
like, I wasn't sure if it was that or if you had like one of those mini fans that people. I just bought one of those because
a mini fan.
Yeah, that goes around your neck because it gets so hot here, and working outside during the day. Yeah.
Yeah, we had summer already. We had like 4 days of 85, which was pretty mild for us. Nobody believes the skipper knows, but we actually get like temperatures and humidity that rival places like Georgia and Louisiana and Virginia. Nobody believes it does not. It's so way up north. And I'm like, no, we are one of the most humid and hot states in the Midwest. You go south of us and you can get dry heat, but like we get humidity and the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are like the size of Boeing 747s.
That's the state bird of Minnesota right there.
Yeah, I used to make the joke that our mosquitoes don't die off in the winter; they just grow fur.
AVA has a good question here. How do I find proof the VA took my Second Amendment? Is there a former office veterans can find out? Well, what they do is they report you to the FBI's
Keep talking.
NICS check. They do a NICS check, which is National Investigative Center something, right? So what I would do is I would probably find someone like a gun shop or something that could run a NICS check on you, get proof that that's an easy way to get proof that they've reported you, that you don't have your Second Amendment right. And then once you have that, I would then probably submit a FOIA to the FBI and ask for all documents related to your NICS denial and who submitted it, stuff like that. That's how I would do it. The other way is to hire an attorney, but that's going to cost money. And
yeah, that's NICS. They'll tell you right away.
I will happily FOIA that on your behalf too. That's the thing. If you guys have FOIAs with the federal government, I know that system. I will happily do FOIAs for you because sometimes when you're FOIAing stuff, they're like, "Oh, we don't want this guy to know this."
Skipper, tell him what we're doing tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're doing our Veteran Nation Live, and we've got Dr. Kevin who's going to be joining us.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're talking about. Just Dr. Kevin's coming on.
We're going to talk about military and veteran mental health, probably. We'll probably
Christ.
talk about.
That's a, that's a, we're gonna have to do like a regular series with him just to address how stuff we all are.
It's always interesting talking with him because him and I cannot have a 5-minute conversation. It's always an hour, and he works with a lot of military and veterans. He's a veteran himself. He was a Marine Corps captain. I met him when he was still a captain, and I was a captain. We were in similar MOSs, so we have a lot in common. That's why we've had a friendship for years. But he brings a lot of insight of the people he works with, and so he sees it. He's in the trenches with mental health in the military. But the other thing that he has a unique view on is like relationships and divorce and stuff like that.
I have unique views on relationships and divorce. And it's funny you talk about how long people get on the phone, and you're far more of an introvert than I am, and nobody believes that for how much talking we do. Like when we're on together or when I'm on just my stuff. But I'm not an intro or an extrovert like you are. I'm an introvert, and you are like gregarious, and like you feed off of, you get your energy from it. Where like I have to energize to do it, and nobody believes that, and so you could probably, I bet Skipper could attest to this. We've had numerous text conversations, we've had numerous phone calls, but getting me on the phone and getting me to talk and want to stay on the phone, Skipper, what's that like?
It's interesting, to say the least.
Rar.
I'm trying to.
God. What's
Hi,
that?
Bestie.
What? Oh no!
Rar.
Oh no! Yeah, you need the phone? Yeah, I can get off the phone.
Yeah, you're not funny. Funny looking, but not funny.
Jen, I can't. I don't know if Jen's in here. Jen, come to my rescue. She called me funny looking.
Yeah.
There we go. I think I have a good way that it looks now.
Much better. Much better.
Some people get very frustrated with me though texting because again I'm very matter of fact, and they'll ask me a question. I'll be like, "Yep," and they're like, "That's it," and I'm like,
Yep.
"You got the answer."
I'm so used to your short answers. It's like, okay, point taken, point proven.
I'm not being
like
a dick or anything like that. I'm just answering.
No.
You need the answer. Like it's more of like a quick thing, and maybe that
Exactly.
was because of being a Marine Corps. You want brevity and everything, because you need the answer now. So you don't. Well, I think that we should. You don't do that. You just yes.
Yeah, you want brevity and everything. Could you try shortening up your opening song for the show? I pour my coffee and I go to listen, and by the time the music's done and you're finally talking, my coffee's cold.
It's actually too short. I don't always have enough time to share out the link. That's why there's such a long intro. Such a long intro is because I'm sharing out the link. But for the one that we do tomorrow, that one I do an event. It's kind of like what Georgie and Coop do. They do events, and they set it up so that it lets you know ahead of time. I don't really do that with Coffee with the Skipper because it asks you for a time, and I can't tell you if I'm going to be up at 6:30 today. I wasn't.
Sounds like an excuse. Maybe you should just,
TC, no more funny looking than a gremlin going after a full grown man. That was
Really?
from Troublemaker.
Step back and show him your little arms, TC.
I still don't get the little arms comment.
Is this a really long torso with these little short arms?
I don't they're down below the tips of my fingers go below my thighs.
I'll be
Yeah,
right
well,
back.
that
Let me
one
get more
picture
coffee.
you sent me, you look like it rawr. For the record, I have short arms too, so it's not like I'm just being mean. It's something we have in common, damn it.
No, you're just being mean. That's just what you do. You're just being mean.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
NBA help!
Just so everybody knows, I melted down Georgie's server today. So.
No.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting egg song. The girls are singing egg song.
I think we just took over the stream because he just walked out of the room.
I had to get coffee.
I'm almost out.
So am I. The pot is almost gone. But I was out of coffee this week. I thought I still had some Indies coffee in my freezer, but I don't. So I got to order some. I don't know where all my coffee went.
Well, I wonder. It could be coffee with Skipper.
No, you got to understand. I normally keep what's the one that's the crystals, the freeze dried coffee?
I have no idea. I don't drink ass.
Nescafe. That's what it is. Nescafe.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't drink ass. So
honestly, that is better than Starbucks coffee.
Anything is better than Starbucks coffee.
That's like saying skin cancer is better than testicular cancer. Am I wrong? I mean,
videos because they are not fun. They're not funny.
Now who's here?
No,
I thought I heard somebody else's voice.
No, Skipper
he pushed a button.
No. I forgot you got that stupid soundboard.
Ooh, Vag Nation coffee. You should brand your own coffee.
I probably could at this point. I probably could. I was in talks with one company to do a hot sauce. But see,
what company were you talking to?
I'd have to look it up. I want to say it was like called. It was out of Vermont, like Fire City Hot Sauce. But a lot of veterans just started doing that. They all started doing coffee. They all started doing hot sauce, and I like being different. I really always like being different.
We would have never guessed.
Really?
But I would sell something if I could find some way to do it.
The slogan could be "It tastes like crayons and regret."
Oh, geez! I almost left you guys behind while I went into the house to make the food while the grill's getting started. I forgot we were on camera.
Oh my God! You showing the background? That is so Minnesota.
I forgot we were on camera.
I like the pan rack. See, I would knock myself out with one of those.
I'm legit. I'm the thing. Like literally, I'm home chef. I don't just talk shit. I know how to cook and I use legit stuff.
That's rare nice for a northerner.
Do you look at those pans?
What did you just say?
Now, do you make traditional Minnesota cuisine?
No, I know how to cook.
Oh, okay. So it's not like lutefisk?
Lutefisk, you mean? No.
Okay.
That doesn't even require cooking. That just requires lye and rotten fish.
Georgie, have you ever tried lutefisk?
It's not lutefisk.
You said lutefisk and you corrected me.
No, you said lutefisk, and I said you mean lutefisk. Lutefisk.
Fisk.
Oh.
I don't like fish.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, it's not. No one likes it. People say they like it, but no one actually likes it.
Question. So we can compare your height to the pans hanging. How far down does that rack hang? No, legitimately, because I want one for my kitchen, and I'm scared to death I'm going to knock myself out with one because I hit my head on everything.
You got to remember, my house is a Victorian, and so the ceiling, and it was built in 19
Ooh, he's got a Victorian.
something. What? Okay, you live in an adobe house in the middle of the desert and call it the compound. What are you talking about? So the ceilings are about 10.5 feet. So I would say I'm 5'10", and so wow, what's the math on that, Skipper?
Up for 5'10"?
The rack.
That's 70 inches.
I could touch the rack itself.
That's probably 90 inches up.
Okay, so there's still a foot there between me and those pans.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't hit my head.
You got to think you're 10 inches shorter, so you're clearing.
I'm a foot shorter. He's 5'10". I'm 4'11".
Yeah, so you're clearing those.
Okay.
Now,
the husband
also having to get a ladder to reach them to get them down.
No. That's my tippy toes.
And that's how shit falls and breaks.
And that is how I knock myself the fuck out. Bite me, D. Robert, I beg to differ.
I don't have a stepladder. I've got like a folding step, but I need to get me a stepladder.
I have three different sizes, depending on what I need to reach.
Yeah, so
fucking climb the counters.
So I'm making Cajun chicken sandwiches for their lunch. And then tomorrow I'm doing a deconstructed chicken Kiev.
Nice. Short girl problems.
That part, it's me.
Do you have one of those, Georgie? Do you have one of those sticks with the grabber at the end that you use? I
despise those things, but yes, we have a couple of those out in the shop. I hate those things.
I have them for one reason only.
Snakes.
Occasionally, we get snakes on the property, and they have to be removed. So I've got a bunch of 5-gallon buckets, and I got a couple of those things. And I don't do snakes. So I get them the hell out of here. The only thing is you have to take them. You can't just release them down the road. They'll come back. You got to take them. They tell you 3 miles. So I take them straight out to the desert to Sheepshead Pass, and then
like what kind of snakes are you talking about?
Oh, rattlesnakes. Yeah.
Why not just kill them?
Why?
Chop their heads off.
They're not hurting anything. We need them.
Rattlers can kill you.
They eat the rodents out here, which bother me even more. Like I just don't like. I'm not scared of like the desert rats or anything. They're just all over. So their population is kind of out of control out here. That's why I'm not 100% opposed to the coyotes. Like I've got one coyote that does come up to
Wait, what kind of coyote are we talking about? Are we talking about the coyotes that like come across the border, or
no, we're talking about wild coyotes.
I don't know, but his camera is entirely too close. I can see his wrinkles under his eyes.
This brings me so much joy. But yeah, I don't mind the coyotes coming close because they will scare away a lot of the rodents. But yeah, the snakes, if it's triangle shaped head, it's out of here. It's out of here. And I got to take them way out in the desert to drop them off.
Don't miss.
He's sharp.
I love tormenting them. It brings me so much joy. I want a baby coyote pup. I want a coyote as a pet.
Oh, there.
I have crows that are now hanging out with my chickens.
Have you been leaving them treats?
When I saw them hanging out last weekend, I found some old Christmas gift. My employer sends everybody a big Christmas care package, and the mixed nuts they give everybody loves except for us, and so they kind of just sit in the bottom of the pantry. So I took them out and I've been sharing them with the crows, and so the crows are hanging out and watching over the chickens and keeping the eagles and the hawks away, and
Nice.
and they just sit around and hang out together.
Mismatch Menace wants to know: are you going to make cornbread as well?
I don't get it. Is there a joke there somewhere?
Yeah, Jen can't cook to save her damn life, and she made deflated cornbread from a Jiffy box.
Oh no, sweetheart.
I have a question about cornbread. When I make cornbread, no matter how much I grease the pan, it always sticks to like cakes on the pan. What do I got to do to get it to detach from the pan?
I've never had that problem, so I don't know.
I've never had that problem. So what kind of pan are you using?
I've got a couple different kinds of pans. Some that are what do they call it? Where it's got the film, the Teflon.
Don't use Teflon pans for that.
Cast iron, always.
I don't have cast iron. I'll have to get one.
Cast iron.
I've got cast iron pan, but not a pan with the little cupcake things.
You're making.
You're making them
cornbread muffins.
Yes.
Oh well, if you're just gonna make cornbread muffins, then just get a silicone muffin pan.
Yeah.
It sticks to the silicone too. I got one of those.
Are you using real butter?
Yes.
That's weird.
Okay.
How about?
I have not tried flour. Maybe I'll try that. Putting flour on the bottom. I'll try that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make that today.
Actually, maybe not even flour. So you're using cornmeal, I hope, right? You're not.
It's Jiffy.
That's part of your problem.
Holy shit, we have found something me and TC agree on.
Yeah. Yeah, don't use Jiffy. Actually, if you've got the time, I would if you're going to do cornbread and you're going to do the muffins, you could almost just put cupcake liners in there with them too.
Yep.
I could. I've done that in the past. I hate fighting with those. But I do like making cornbread muffins, especially because I'll make like a stew and I like having cornbread with it. And I'll make those first and I'll put them in a Ziploc. But the problem, I got to make a lot of them because, the little man, he loves whenever I make either banana bread or cornbread, and he'll just like snack at it all day.
Oh my god, day-old homemade cornbread is so good.
If he likes Jiffy cornbread, he will love homemade cornbread. And there's two different types of cornbread too, and it depends on the dish you're making. So do you want a sweet cornbread for your meal, depending on what your meal is? But yeah, the savory is really good with stews.
Question: how do you make your savory cornbread?
Depends on what you're using for sweetener, so you can back off on a sweetener. And
okay, now I'm confused. Why are we putting sweetener in cornbread?
Because some people like a sweet cornbread.
But I asked about the savory.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is like if you're most people, regardless of what kind of cornbread they're going for, they still almost always end up adding some form of sweetener, sugar, or something, even if it's light. But if
I've
you're going to do
never
a savory, I'm just telling you what I see from people all the time. And
That's
if
why
you're
I'm
going to do
asking you.
if you want a savory, then you can use things like, if you can find it, saffron's really good, but that's expensive. You can, like a little bit of red pepper along with sea salt, really good for a savory, because you want your salt salt content a little higher in an actual savory without it being overly salty. So that's why I recommend sea salt.
I do everything the lazy way, Jam. Sorry.
I'm
It's
hearing
because I'm a guy.
complicated.
Chili
That's
and
what I'm
cornbread.
hearing.
Oh, I do chili and cornbread a lot. That like
Yes.
I will make a lot of like a big pot of chili because I'm also lazy, and that will be lunch and dinner for like 3 days.
Okay, what is this weird noise coming from TC?
He's
That
really
was
loud.
that was my dog. I'm letting my dog in.
No, this was like a radio static type deal.
Oh well, I was away from the phone, and I'm clarifying butter for the chicken. So if anybody's not paying attention, Minnesota had a terrible incident overnight. Probably Skipper didn't hear about it. Somebody posing as a cop, allegedly, it's all alleged, posing as a cop, shot and killed Minnesota House of Representatives Speaker of the House, Melissa Hortman, and her husband. He's dead, and then traveled to another location and shot another member of Minnesota legislative body, the Minnesota Senate, John Hoffman, shot him. Him and his wife, they're in hospital in surgery right now, still.
Yeah, I did not hear about that.
And
that's why chaos pursued in the server, that we were talking about that, and then all hell broke loose.
Apparently, they believe it was the person allegedly they already had their manifesto, and I keep telling everybody, in these moments, you don't believe anything that you're being told actually by anyone in these moments, because as we all know that we always learn. We learn too late sometimes that if they tell you they have the manifesto already, this is probably a setup. And if they tell you they don't have the manifesto and then they do find it and then they don't give it to you for months on end, it was probably a setup. And
right. I'll only believe it if it's like the manifesto was posted onto Reddit or 4chan, one of those,
before they even committed the crime.
Yeah. I do want to say one thing. We've got Tim Walters. He's been battling cancer, and he got the all clear a couple weeks ago, but he wasn't feeling too good, and he's been told that the cancer is back, and he's watching right now, but he's not feeling very well. And but the good thing is he did get a lift chair, so prayers to Tim. He is a National Guard veteran, and we hope he starts feeling better, and we hope he gets cancer free again. And if there's anything we can do to support you, Tim, let us know.
Yeah, we still like the Cornfield Cowboys around here, Tim. We just I'm not going to be all sad, and like Tim would be very upset if we didn't joke around about him a little bit. So right now I am going to pat it dry.
But what did you just put on it? I know you
I haven't put anything.
Butter.
I clarified butter. And I'm going to pat the chicken dry, and then I'm going to vent the chicken a little bit, and then I'm going to dredge the chicken in clarified butter, and then season it. And I don't know why is this so funny. Or,
This is like a
trying to
Food Network
learn.
show where the critic is on live, like criticizing what you're doing.
No, I'm literally trying to learn. This looks different. No, why are we dredging it in butter? Explain. Teach me.
You never
master.
heard buttered chicken?
I've cooked chicken in butter, but why are we doing it on a plate?
because if you dredge it in the butter, the consistency of the clarified butter immediately adheres to the chicken because it's cooler. And then when you season the chicken, it allows the seasoning to cling to the chicken better so that when you do put it on the grill, the seasoning doesn't cook off as fast and it's in the butter. That's why after I pat it and then I vent the chicken a little bit.
Did you pull out all the little white pieces that's left on the chicken first?
What? Where are you getting your
the tendons? The little
Yeah,
white
those
tendons?
thingies.
Yeah.
Words are hard for me this week. I'm glad
I'm
Mikey
just-
understood the assignment.
I'm just using boneless, skinless chicken breast, so I really don't have
But
much
it still
work
has
to do.
tendons. Look, hold that piece of chicken up to the camera.
Yeah, there's a tendon in it.
See that white piece on the edge? That's still a tendon.
That is not a tendon. That's not a tendon. That's fat.
Okay.
Do I cut the fat off the chicken? No, I do not
I
cut
only
the fat
relate
off the
to this
chicken.
because I am a fisherman, and whenever I cook fish, there's a couple bones that you have to take out of certain fish.
Sometimes, depending on where you get your chicken meat from, sometimes there's still freaking bones stuck to it. Purdue,
I don't know.
Walmart, Target. I bet TC's one of those bougie ones, and he goes to like Market Fresh or these organic stores.
I'm so broke. You're lucky. I have money to buy chicken. So.
There's a video going viral of a woman who does one of these cooking things, and it was on Facebook, and she literally puts Dawn dish soap and starts washing
my
the
God.
chicken, and everybody's like, "What are you doing?" And that's
very much, and this is not meant to be rude. That's very much a black thing, by the way.
See, I do know that like they're trying to get rid of the salmonella, but like just cook it. Just cook it thoroughly. The salmonella gets cooked out.
And clean all your surfaces after cutting raw meat.
Uh-oh.
Right, Robert? Me too.
Georgie's chickens are giving chicken song or egg song.
They're not my chickens. I don't know where that sound's coming from. I don't have chickens.
You don't
Mike
know where
and his
that
damn
sound's coming from?
buttons. The damn soundboard.
I should have known.
I
gotta go check my coals.
I will say this: a friend of mine, he made some homemade barbecue sauce that he was selling, and I bought some, and it's been in my refrigerator for a while. But before the little man went to summer camp, I made baked chicken, but I had put all the chicken marinated it in the barbecue sauce, and oh my god, he loved it. So I'm gonna have to make.
Wait a minute. When you say you make baked chicken, what do you mean you make baked chicken?
I marinated it in barbecue sauce, and then I put it into the oven at 375 for about 27 minutes.
First of all, you don't marinate with barbecue sauce.
I did, and it was great.
That would be barbecue baked chicken, and it's actually really fucking good that way. Sorry, your tag sticking out is driving me insane.
I don't care. I'm not dressed for TV right now.
No, what seasonings are you using?
I would like
to prove to Jan Thunder, if she's watching, that not all Northerners like unflavored chicken.
White people don't season their chicken.
That's not true. He's white.
I am using a pre-made Nolan style Cajun seasoning.
Now, may I ask you what the hell you know about New Orleans and Cajun seasoning? Would you be in Minnesota? Just asking. Please explain to the student.
I'm kind of into him doing the Cajun cooking. Maybe next week we can get him to make an etouffee.
I want him to try to cook Southern. I want him to make a Southern meal. I'm here for it.
What do you mean a Southern meal?
What would you take as a Southern meal, Mr. Minnesota?
Nancy says put Old Bay on it.
Biscuits and gravy.
You don't put Old Bay on chicken.
Yeah, that's fish and shellfish. I do like Old Bay French fries and potato chips. That is very good.
Old Bay on French fries is delicious.
Yes. But I'm also the type of guy, I do like vinegar and what is it? I like vinegar on malt vinegar on my French fries.
That's your English side coming out right there.
Yeah, I really did fall in love with that overseas because every place I was going, it was very British cuisine influenced. Like I had the British breakfast, and I'll tell you right now, baked beans do not belong in breakfast.
Bangers and beans.
Ooh, Harry, yeah, slap your mama. Slap your mama seasoning is delicious. Hey, can you show the class what seasoning you're using right there? Can you show it to the camera?
I can, yeah. Just a second. And
no, what is that?
Always, this is a little bit of sea salt. This is sea salt. Himalayan sea salt. This is actually it's Weber.
Weber. I love Weber.
Why do they call it Himalayan sea salt? There's no sea in the Himalayas. They're mountains.
That's Himalayan salt. Are you using pink Himalayan salt or sea salt?
Pink Himalayan sea salt.
No, it's pink Himalayan or sea salt. They're two different things, love.
Wait, it's whatever. It's pink Himalayan.
He thinks I'm making fun of him, but I'm literally trying to learn his recipe.
It's pink Himalayan. There. Better.
There you go.
And the key to the chicken for the sandwich is you don't want to over season it with the Cajun because you want it to be very slight in its heat. Just because
that's a lot of salt.
It can not with pink Himalayan, it's not.
I bet you have high cholesterol, don't you?
I do not.
These two, this is almost as good as Slug and Megan cooking together. Watching you two do this.
Who's teaching who? In that moment.
This is the perfect debate right here.
I think this is pretty fucking epic after last night.
AVA says the Himalayan mountains are old ocean beds. It's technically sea salt.
Yeah, he's right. That's why I call it pink Himalayan sea salt.
Please tell me you're going to use an antibacterial after having raw chicken on your counter.
First of all, I didn't have it on the counter. That is
just Dawn Power Wash. That is not antibacterial.
This is a homemade blend that we put in an old Dawn Power Wash,
which is Dawn and vinegar,
which consists of vinegar and rubbing alcohol and hydrogen peroxide.
Did you hear him use the N word?
I'm gonna need you to prove that. My OCD is killing me.
Why? Why are you freaking out?
Germs. That's why.
You'll be okay. You'll be just fine, sweetheart.
Please, please, please sanitize.
Oh, Jam chose violence.
Which Jan? Who's Jan?
Not Jan. Jam.
Yeah, like jelly jam. Georgie, are you sure you want to criticize someone's cooking? You may end up needing more sweet tea and Mountain Dew for waterboarding.
Yeah, so we did a fake court case last night where I sued Jen for bad cooking. And Jam was the judge, and she ordered that I get to waterboard the plaintiff, which was Jen's husband, with Mountain Dew and sweet tea.
AVA, we do lots of secret segments here at Veteran Nation because, veterans are a diverse group. I've got to write some more of my elevator pitches for tomorrow's show. I've got one.
Is that
you don't.
Box of tea bags on the counter there? What the fuck is that in that box by the sink?
Which box?
The red, yellow, and white box.
Garbage bags.
Why are they on the counter and not under the sink where they're supposed to go?
Because I haven't gotten around to putting things away from the store.
See, I keep mine in my pantry.
At least they're put away.
AVA, you should do a cooking segment on your show.
Yes, Hawaiian food, please. Feed me.
Right?
His entire cooking segment would be nothing but recipes for Spam.
I need a
Chicken
good sweet
nuggies?
Hawaiian bread recipe.
You need a what?
Recipe?
A sweet Hawaiian bread recipe. I need a good one. The one I tried didn't turn out.
Good morning, Marianne.
You remind me I got to go to the store. I need heavy whipping cream.
Why not just buy a smaller bottle? It won't weigh as much.
Dude, this guy's got jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
They're still dry, not funny.
The whole point of humor is dryness.
No. It doesn't make me laugh. It's not funny.
I've seen some of the things you laugh at.
And none of it's you.
Lady Jen was proven not guilty.
Yeah, the pictures of her chicken prove otherwise. I should forward the picture of that chicken and rice to TC.
Oh my gosh, I need to see this.
You would be ashamed. Now, what are you making? Oh, wait, you said you was making sandwiches.
Yep, making sandwiches.
So what's the side dish?
Oh, this is just lunch. So there's no side dish.
Oh, so you going bougie for lunch, too?
I've never eaten Spam.
Just because you're not Hawaiian.
Right? My one friend loves it, and she says she's going to make me Spam one day.
That tomato looks delicious.
Delicioso.
Delicioso. Great, now we're bringing Dora the Explorer in. Backpack, backpack. Dwayne said, "Are the trash bags scented?"
No. We can't bring Dora in. She's sitting in the ICE deportation center right now.
Finally, he said something funny. Mikey playing with his buttons makes me want to play with my buttons.
No comment.
Do not open doors like that for me, ever!
Don't
Spam
yell at
musubi.
me.
That's my drug of choice. I've never had it.
Never had what? Spam?
Spam musubi. There is a chain of Hawaiian restaurants that's like a fast food kind of down here in California. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's got good jerk chicken, um, and a couple other things that I really enjoy. Teriyaki chicken.
Oh, teriyaki chicken. I want some orange chicken.
Karma says Skipper can play with my buttons.
How dare you make faces like that when you were talking about your shirt being off the other night in chat?
Me?
No, TC.
No, I said I'm the one that said I have video from going out to put the chickens to bed where I have my shirt off, and then I'm like, I will not be sharing that. That's
He purposely says stuff to get Jen riled up, and then
that
he
is
makes
not why I
faces
did
at
that.
you like that.
That is
I
not
almost,
why I did that.
I almost did a hot tub party yesterday, but I did not.
We need another hot tub party.
Maybe today or tomorrow.
This is the guy who bought himself a neck fan because of how hot it is out there, but then he goes and gets in the hot tub.
Oh, the hot tub will cool you down. Because I really don't turn the heat on my hot tub. Here, let me tell you. I'll be able to tell you how hot it is right now. It's probably in the 90s, I'm thinking.
Yeah, because that's cool. Right, AVA?
101 right now is how hot the hot tub is. So
hold on a second.
It's warm. Oh, hold on 1 second.
We need to screenshot that. 101.
Mm-hmm. Skipper's hot tub party with Lacey. Yeah, if I do a hot tub party, I'll bring Lacey. She I don't have a thing for her. Did TC freeze? Or is he just being very still? Or did I freeze? Oh, there we go.
No, I had to send a text.
Yeah, I got to order a thing from Amazon because I get the little pebbles in the bottom of my hot tub, and the filter isn't strong enough to suck them up. So I got to get a little like portable pool vacuum. They got them. They run about $60.
All right.
Jim, did you miss last week when he did the hot tub party? I made him twerk.
Oh, good God.
I like your mudroom. Look at that background. That is so Minnesota. I love it.
What Minnesota?
The background with all the trees, like the maple trees.
No.
I've yet to see the trees. All I've got to see is the back of the house.
It reminds me very much of my ex-father-in-law's before he passed. I used to sit on his four-season porch with him, drink coffee, and yeah, he'd have all the birds up in the trees.
Well, yeah, I've got a family of cardinals and some catbirds, and then the crows when they're hanging out, and of course the chickens. You guys hear the bell?
Oh yeah.
Church bell?
Yeah. Church bell still gets wrong every day at noon and 6.
Oh, I can't wait to make a Muppet out of that.
Out of what?
None yet. I just got sent a fantastic screenshot. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. It's 11:59. It's a minute early. PC. Nope. There it is.
You're way behind because it's 12:01.
It just turned 12.
No, it's 12:01.
Okay, the computer's behind. My phone is on. Okay.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm making deconstructed Kiev.
Now, what is that?
You know what chicken Kiev is, right?
No.
How do you not know what chicken Kiev is?
I don't know. Teach me.
So chicken Kiev is like normally it would be a boneless, skinless chicken breast, pounded thin, and then rolled around a core of herb butter that normally consists of like tarragon and chives and dill.
What is tarragon?
It's an herb. Has a little bit of a licorice hint to licorice. It. And then it's rolled, and then you do an egg wash on it, and then you put panko crumbs. Yeah, panko crumbs on it, and then you bake it with that frozen or hardened herbed butter inside. And you cook the chicken to temp, and then when you cut it open, that herbed butter releases. So I'm going to do it just deconstructed. So I'm going to sous vide some chicken bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs up to service temps. And then I'm going to stuff it with the butter. Then I'm going to chill it. And then I'm going to finish it on the grill and serve it like that with lemon.
So for those in the chat who have never worked in a restaurant and understand what you mean by service temp, explain to the chat what that means.
Which part?
I've worked. What is a service temp? No. I've worked in a kitchen before, so I know what service temps means, but a lot of the chat doesn't.
No, service temp on chicken. Service temp on chicken is safe food standard of 160, 165 at the core. So you reach that faster, obviously, on a boneless, skinless breast or thigh. So it's very easy to overcook boneless, skinless chicken, which is why I don't use it very often, which is why, like when Skipper was talking about his baked chicken, I was hoping that he would tell us that he was using like bone-in chicken to do that, because I don't really like baking boneless, skinless chicken breasts unless you're actually using them for like a Kiev or cordon bleu. So yeah, it's very easy to overcook boneless, skinless chicken, and then it's super dry.
With chicken in general, though, it's really easy to either undercook it or overcook it.
And a lot of people make the mistake with chicken of how do I want to say it? thinking that because of fears of salmonella and whatnot, that it just has, the longer it's on, the better, and that's just not true. I don't know. Can you guys see the chicken?
Now we
can. You see that?
That looks good.
So I cooked the coals. I let the coals burn, or the wood burn down to coal, and then so it's almost to the point where it looks like it's going to burn out, and then I put fresh wood on it so that the wood itself isn't quite ready to catch on fire and burn, so that it's mostly just slow smoking that wood off of the coals, and then the wood itself does heat the chicken, but it releases the smoke from the slow burn of the actual wood that hasn't gone to coal yet, releases that smoke with the heat onto whatever it is you're cooking. And in this case, I'm using black walnut for the smoke.
You're making me hungry.
You're making me think about what I should cook today.
And this, or not this, but that, and that, folks, is when I met Mrs. TC, she couldn't cook at all. Her mom's idea of cooking, and she'll tell you that that's not something that she hides. Her mom's idea of cooking was everything out of a package. So for the longest time, she'd be like, "Oh, let's pick up some Hamburger Helper," and I'm like, "No."
I don't know why they call it Hamburger Helper. Works just fine on its own.
And so I'm toasting French bread. Toasting the French bread. And then I will serve. Now, neither of the ladies like mayo, which of course everybody thinks that's all that Minnesotans eat is mayo, which is not true. But they don't like mayonnaise.
No! Don't you lump all of us women together? What the fuck?
I said neither of the women. I didn't say all. I said neither of them.
Last time I checked, I was a woman, and I like mayo. I even cook with it.
I didn't say all women. I said neither of the women that I'm making the food for like mayo.
Oh. But if you're using it to toast the bread, it wouldn't be tasted afterwards because it's toasted and it made the bread crispy.
No, I use butter for the toasting.
I mean, that's just as good, but still.
So
they tried to argue the other night on stream with Redneck that mayo cannot be used on grilled cheese to make a grilled cheese sandwich.
It can, but I wouldn't.
It's delicious to toast the bread. To grill the bread, it's so good.
I love adding jalapenos and bacon.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
To a grilled cheese.
And you can get that spicy mayo for it too. But I was really messed up this week because someone called grilled cheese a white man's quesadilla, and I'm still messed up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wait, what? They call a grilled cheese a white man's quesadilla?
Yeah.
Seriously? I've never heard that.
Right. It's kind of true.
It's really not. Like, a quesadilla is just a Mexican's grilled cheese.
Jam, I resent that question. I'm all for trying different foods as long as there's seasoning on it. TC's a chef.
Jam asks
I would
TC,
eat his cooking.
TC, as your marriage progressed, did you educate and train the missus on proper cooking techniques and cultural differences in food preparation?
Well, yeah, actually, and now she is a sous chef basically at a bistro, coffee and sandwich bistro in town. So she's a phenomenal baker. This is properly toasted.
Oh, that is beautifully toasted. I want those tomatoes.
So then, spring mix.
Did you wash your hands before doing that?
Yes, I did.
Sorry, my inner server's like spastic. The damn safe serve training never goes away.
Actually.
Ava said his mayonnaise an instrument.
And an instrument. So then, the sandwich aspect is ready. We're just waiting on the chicken to finish. And today, instead of a sliced cheddar, we are going to be using a shredded Gouda. Anybody?
Minnesota.
Are you going
need to come to Minnesota?
I'm going to
the Gouda.
TC.
We're gonna be melting the Gouda on the chicken itself.
Oh, good man. Good man.
Gouda man.
I cannot cook, Barry. There's a couple things I can cook, but like by and large, no.
I have a recipe for a sauce. That is.
He can't even open his Gouda.
What about my Gouda?
You were struggling to get it open.
He can't.
Oh yeah, so I have a recipe for a sauce that's 100% vegetable based.
You're wasting so many dishes.
Yeah, I'm the one that cleans up.
So you would want to make it easier on yourself, not make more of a mess.
I'm not making a mess. I'm fine.
You're getting more dishes dirty. Why wouldn't you want to make it easier on yourself? You could have just walked out with the bag and sprinkled it on there.
You got a dishwasher, TC?
Yeah, but she's at work right now.
Yeah, I had to give mine up years ago in the divorce.
That's rude.
And that's the chicken. Again, what do you think? Do you like that?
I'm going to TC's for food.
So then the shredded Gouda. Now, shredded doesn't melt as fast as you would think. Normally, shredded melts really well in a when you're making a sauce.
But Laura Vergeer says, by the way, Gouda is a brand name and a city name in the Netherlands.
Cool.
Gouda is a brand name in the Netherlands?
Mm-hmm.
And a city.
It always amazes me that they actually embrace the name the Netherlands. It seems like, oh, we are going to the nether regions.
So then to aid in the melt on the chicken and to trap some of the smoke in the Gouda, we cover just lightly. I'm sorry, y'all are stuck with my cooking and we're not really talking about anything. So
this is just like Julia Childs.
It would be more intriguing if we could actually see the process and not just the side of your head. Hey, don't leave us out here. Hey, you forgot us.
No, I didn't forget.
Oh my God, leave me out in the cold too. I never noticed TC's ears were pointy. Maybe he is a fellow gremlin after all.
Spock.
Well, I'm Scandinavian and we're descendant of the elves, so.
The Elvish. I did find the clip of Ray Bone Crusher. Should we watch it?
I don't know who Ray Bone Crusher is.
I agree, D. That should become a regular thing on Vet Nation.
Who talks some smack about me without naming me.
Oh God, don't curse us this way.
Here, let's see what he has to say. We'll just play it real quick.
There's bullies out there, and it's not just one bully, it's multiple bullies at this point. And some of them admit to going after this and bringing fire to it from over a year ago when this thing was first getting started. And there's 2 or 3 channels, at least 3 channels, that have admitted conspiracy of what they were doing, and they started feeding things back to Mr. Hales. They've committed it.
Oh my online. God! He's talking about you and me the other day when we were talking about it.
You know, like the one channel that called CPS, while he was on his channel live. I want to ask you something. Is there anyone here that would have even thought about doing?
Oh, damn it! I went too far.
So he's referring to what you and I were talking about the other day with the Facebook group.
We were watching.
So the 3 channels would have been you, me, and Pat.
And that's
and there's the melt. 2 or 3 channels, at least 3 channels, that have admitted conspiracy of what they were doing, and they started feeding things back to Mr. Hales. They've committed it
now.
Online. We've got some out there, you know, like the one channel that called CPS, while he was on his channel live. I want to ask you something.
Gee, I wonder who that is.
Anyone here that would have even thought about doing something like that? And if you did, is it to gain monetary reasons? I mean, would you really be worried about somebody that you were talking about? Would you? I mean,
as a mother,
is the heart out there of these people that are pulling this stuff? Anybody that would make a call like that live.
So
where's the heart? Where is the heart?
In, to
how
take
can
a chance
you see how that child is living and not call
parents.
CPS?
There's something wrong out there with people like that.
Slice the chicken.
YouTube is allowing that
because it's not
a judge.
It's not
in Florida, northern Florida, is allowing Bruce to sit there and worry about submittals that he has put in there.
Oh, fuck Bruce.
One, to have him removed.
Perfect.
And the other one, justifying why he wasn't there for court.
He removed himself. The judge even said it. He removed himself.
Yeah, that was in the documents yesterday.
Apparently, there's something wrong with me, according to Ray Bonedicker.
Because you called CPS.
Yeah.
How can you see how that child is living and not want to call CPS?
Right. And if you recall, I made that CPS call right after watching on Madam Mayer's Adventures, the cop saying, "Don't you dare lock that child in the trailer." Like,
yeah, I was in the chat when you did it.
What's that?
I was in the chat when you did it. I was having to mod your chat because of morons.
You mean you were on the stream?
No, I was in the chat.
Right.
I know where you're going with that. That is why I'm making it very clear. I was not on the stream. I was in the chat, like the other moron was in the chat.
Right now, TC and Georgie and me are on the stream. All you guys in the chat are in the chat. You're not on the stream. Ooh, look at that.
Give me a bite. Give me a bite. Less bread, more meat. Don't you go there. That chicken looks so good.
I can't read the chat because I'm on my
And
phone.
I'm
So I
the
have no
pervert
idea
of the. I get called the pervert of the group, but every time I say something, his brain goes there.
You know what's funny is he was so mad, and he was like, "Oh, they've been saying that they've been feeding Jeremy stuff since the beginning." Yes, we have, because they were breaking the law. And the other thing about that is, why are they mad about it? They're the ones saying that I faked screenshots. I didn't fake a thing.
Yeah. But we have proof that someone else was faking screenshots.
Then you're cut on a diagonal.
Chat.
Oh, yeah.
And then because we're transporting.
Wait, why are you cutting it on a diagonal when it's a longer bun?
Oh, because diagonal gives it a better presentation.
It's easier to eat, too.
Nope. Not going there. Mama Bear! Hi, love.
Hi, Mama Bear.
She said she was in the chat the day you called CPS.
If you ever watch the stream, well, welcome. Yeah. Always good to have people who enjoy the stream.
I love Mama Bear. She's a sweetheart.
Imagine being mad about someone making a legitimate.
Oh my God, the noise. Wait, you're rapping it too? Ah, how rude! You should share with the chat. Ah.
Finger sandwiches are usually cut diagonal.
Yeah, but that's not a finger sandwich. That was a whole ass hoagie. That was a hoagie bun. I see liquid smoke. I love cooking with liquid smoke.
It's really good for some recipes.
Yes, yes, it is.
Right.
Especially steak and burgers.
Now we got to go and deliver.
We're going on an adventure with TC.
Oh, I forgot I left chicken on the grill.
Yeah, that wasn't smart.
It's like we're the food itself.
Yes,
look at all
that's
the people
exactly
in the
what
chat saying they were there that day.
And don't you like how he's like, oh, and then Bruce has to worry about this stuff. Bruce is not the attorney. He's not even the attorney on the federal case anymore. He stepped down.
Again.
And Bruce got himself made a defendant.
I see TC's wrinkly forehead. This is an awkward angle, TC. We're in a box.
There we go.
Careful, you're making me dizzy.
Nothing into a drive time dialectics.
I think I annoy him.
No. I've worked with a lot of special needs people, so this doesn't bother
me. Oh my God.
Rude. Did you really just call me special needs? That's fucked.
I didn't call you special needs. I said I've worked with a lot of special needs, so you don't annoy me.
Yeah, but I understood where you were going with that.
I
want to know why AVA isn't up here helping us torment TC.
Is he not even in the chat now?
What?
Jam asked, I thought we were cooking. Where are we going now? To drop the food off. The food is now done. This is a fun stream. I'm really enjoying this. We got over 70 people watching on X right now. Thank you all for being here.
I'd love to see the comments on X.
We don't get a lot of comments. I think a lot of people are watching via the X Watch app.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yay, we get left in the hot car. Turn the air on! We'll
Imagine if someone
suffocate!
were to jump in and try to steal the car alive.
Can we at least mute him?
Yeah. Here, I'll mute him until he comes back on camera. There we go.
Yeah, even left the door open.
That's the downside of Bluetooth. You get too far away, it starts roboting.
Yep.
I have got so many gnats in my house right now. It's just that season.
Dude, they're all over the place.
We get gnats and then we get flies. So here in a couple weeks, I'll get like nothing but flies.
Yeah, I think our houseplants have a lot to do with it too, though.
Oh, Jam is calling me Captain Cabald Obvious. Oh, hold on. I got to unmute him.
Wait. No. Wait, let's see how long it takes him to realize.
He can hear us. Now we can hear you.
I could hear you the whole time. So that was a blackened Cajun style chicken sandwich.
Now what's next on the menu?
Are you going to do any other DoorDashing?
Yeah, I actually lost money on this deal. So.
For those watching on X, I am 16 followers away from crossing 5,000. So please follow if you would.
After this stream, you probably are going to drop.
I think we need more DoorDash streams. Like not me doing it, but in general.
So instead of live PD, you do live Uber Eats.
Yep. I've done that. Like I did Uber for a while, and I did Uber Eats, and yeah, it was a little bit interesting the people that you run across.
And if you're in the right neighborhood, run over.
I was doing it down in Palm Springs where I would get a lot of bachelorette parties. And oh my God, the education I got.
Oh, I can only imagine. Should go see the chickens.
Yeah, they're prettier than you.
It's been a while. Oh gosh, don't break my heart. Let's go see. Let's go see. There we go. Hello, girls. Say hi.
There they are.
Hello, girls.
There's our girls.
Hi, Bessie. Yeah, you know when the camera's running. Faye and Fayette and Polly and Pauline. And there's Betsy and Buffy and Hildy. What did you guys do with Hildegard and Paula? Should go see. They're probably in sitting on the eggs that got laid earlier because you all share. They sit on them even though they're not fertilized because they don't know.
Are you doing any more chicken streams, or are those on pause still?
I've got to. They're on pause because I got to come up with a camera.
Okay.
That I can put outside, or a system to put a camera outside.
You should do an Amazon wish list. Like pick out the camera. You might find the audience.
Well, where are you guys? Are you? Oh, you're back. Oh, they're back sitting on the eggs. Can you guys see?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's. Oh, I know. Let's see. How many you got there? Come on. How many you got there? No, stop cussing at me.
Cuss at him, baby.
There you go. Oh,
4.
4.
4 of them today. 4 of them today.
You pissed her off.
Oh yeah.
Very angry.
Don't. No, I'm in charge around here, not you.
You want to bet?
Oh, and there's Paula. Say hi, Paula. How many are you sitting on? Paula, you're not even sitting on any. What's that all about? You think you laid it? You didn't even lay yours there. You're so silly. Okay, Hildy. All right.
I'll tell you what I told Coop. You need to get a duck.
He needs a goose. He needs a danger chicken.
He'll end up like Jeremy and get a peacocks.
Oh no, neighbors would kill me if I had peacocks.
It really sucks. We had some peacocks that had been here for like 60 years. There was back in the 60s, there was a hotel that was built here, and they brought in peacocks. Well, the hotel went under, but the peacocks stayed, and people would feed and take care of the peacocks. And they what I'll say, they had children and stuff like that. So we still had peacocks up until like 2 years ago, and the city trapped and killed the peacocks, and everybody was mad.
Why? And this is why I get so mad at people who are like, "Oh, but the government's got their best interest at heart." What were the peacocks hurting?
Well, they were going on people's buildings. They weren't really doing much damage. Some people claim damage. I didn't see any of it, but they were going on like people's rooftops and stuff like that. And I can understand it could be an annoyance, but why not just relocate them? Why did they have to kill them? If I would have brought them out here where I'm on the edge of town, and it's not going to really bother many people. And I would have checked with my neighbors, made sure they were cool with it.
I like guineas, but they're really noisy. But they're really good for like being watchbirds and tick control.
Okay. I don't get many ticks. I'll tell you what we've been getting is because we had all that rain. I'm now getting the desert grasshoppers, but the cat loves killing them. I found 2 dead ones on the floor this morning.
Oh, the grasshoppers.
Yeah, the kitty likes to hunt.
So this is fresh parsley. I can buy it at my local store. Comes just like this, just in a regular old hefty bag, but fresh parsley, and then some organic dill for tomorrow, and shallots. And if you use onions, but you're not using shallots, I would strongly recommend that you switch for most of your recipes to shallots.
Isn't shallots like a miniature garlic?
Well, garlic and onion are in the same family, so they're all in that same category, and then each one has got its own flavor, obviously. So
I planted some onions, some strawberries, because my strawberries I overwatered and they died, and tomatoes this week. So we'll see if I start getting onions. But yeah, I've never really done anything with shallots.
Do you guys do you have no?
I gotta hold on.
Do you guys have a lot of luck with? Do you guys have a lot of luck with strawberries? Because strawberries tend to not do well in arid climates anyway.
I do them indoors. And yeah, they do well indoors. I overwatered. It was my fault. And I also found out.
So
go ahead.
Do you treat them like annuals or perennials?
You treat them like annuals.
So you've raised strawberries inside and had them come back the next year?
I have not, but people I know have.
I
have not, because I didn't have the AC, and like the temperature here in my house wasn't consistent. Now that I have the mini splits, now I can keep it consistent. So it's an easy 72 throughout my house all the time. And I just got my first electric bill, and it went down.
Yeah, your mini split should save you a lot of money on electricity.
Yeah, compared to this time last year, I'm saving like $80 a month.
Gosh, if we didn't have Veteran Nation live tomorrow, we could do another stream, and I could walk you guys through the prep for the deconstructed Kiev.
Well, tomorrow I think I'm going to start taking apart my furnace, because I don't need my furnace anymore. It's been broke, and I'm going to start taking it apart and taking it to get the metal to scrap, get money for it.
So you're totally getting rid of your furnace and just are you gonna replace it in the winter?
My mini splits came with a heat pump, and I know a lot of people on the East Coast are like, heat pumps don't work. Out here in the desert, where it doesn't get like super cold, they do work. But
that's and they're full of crap anyway, because they're making heat pumps that are cold rating now.
Yeah. So. And that's, I'll get maybe 6 days a year where it gets below freezing. So it's not like I need a furnace. It's been broke ever since I moved in, and I've used heaters, and it really doesn't affect my my electrical bill that much. Like, it's pretty cheap. So yeah, with these heat pumps, I should be okay. And I don't see the need in replacing the furnace.
So tomorrow, our Vet Nation Live, we're going to have Dr. Kevin on at, what are we doing, 12:30 my time?
Yeah, if that works for you.
Yeah, 12:30 my time.
I think
which is Central Time, guys.
I think he's going to be here in the studio with me too. In the studio.
I love how you and I both say in studio.
Right.
I actually have a studio. So. This is not my studio. I guess it is today, but
I'd rather be in the kitchen.
Well, that's kind of where you belong.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, you're the one in the kitchen, huh? You're the one making the sandwiches, huh?
That's why when I make jokes about go make me a sandwich, bitch, I'm normally talking to myself.
Game on! Game on!
If you're looking for an alternative too, by the way, for if you're like trying to do low carb diet and you're looking and you like beer and you want a good beer that's low carb, Heineken Silver. This is not a paid sponsorship, by the way.
That's pussy beer.
I've got beer in my fridge, which is not normal, and it's Asahi, which is a Japanese beer.
It's not. I've got beer in my fridge, which is not normal. Which part? Beer is not normal, or not normal for you to have beer in the fridge?
It's not normal for me to have beer in the fridge. Like, if I buy beer, it'll be a 6-pack, and it's because like I'm going somewhere, or I'm gonna like go to the beach or something.
That reminds me, I have brownies to make.
Mama Bear, maybe if you see,
tell Jen she needs to get over here and do her goddamn dishes.
You see those ACs that are like high up on the wall, and it's got the thing that pushes? That's a mini split. and it's not a central air system. It's not big.
There are many split. They're called splits because part of the unit's inside and part of the unit's outside, and they run a line between.
There's no real ductwork. It's just a line.
Rhea, no
There's
dragon.
just a line that runs between them.
The cat's trying to eat the dragon.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed cooking with TC on Coffee Time with Skipper.
Yep, I think so. We got a couple hundred people watching.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. If you're watching,
30 on YouTube,
and if you're watching on YouTube or X, make sure you are subscribed to Veteran Nation. We encourage everyone to get involved in veterans issues because almost all of us know veterans or are veterans. And while you're at it, head over to my channel as well. Somebody, I'm going to plug myself.
You won't get the humor that you get here, but it's still a good show.
It's better when the chickens.
You won't get the humor, but it's.
He does it more.
You won't get any humor, but it's.
He does
educational.
Just go ahead and go over there. Just
serious, educational, and he is trying to make the world a better place.
I am. I hope that's what's happening.
I don't know. He got told to go fuck himself earlier in my server, so there's that.
Well, and I'll say this now, and if Skipper and Kevin want to talk about it tomorrow, like it all stems from somebody, and Native's here, and I think Native understood what I was saying. Native made the comment about if he ever sees anybody burning Old Glory, there'll be a problem. And all I said was, let them be. Let them be. Somebody wants to burn the flag, let them be. One, it's protected speech. Absolutely 100% protected, and it should be.
If burning the flag is the worst they're doing, whatever. It's fabric. But the whole burning buildings, looting, attacking cops, or destroying buildings, that's where it's gone too far. Burning
right.
cities.
I 100% agree. Like, because I'm an adherent to the non-aggression principle. So as long as you're not hurting me or hurting somebody I care about, I don't care what you do. And as long as you're not stealing somebody else's flag, whatever it is, honestly. And here's the thing. If you're going by a pride event and you see somebody with a pride flag and you rip that out of their hands and then burn it, that's not okay, even if you disagree with it. Somebody's flying a Mexican flag and you see it and you rip it out of their hands and you burn it, that's not okay.
Yeah.
But if somebody has purchased a flag and they want to burn it, or somebody gave it to them and said, hey, let's go burn this, and they're doing it in public, that's a protest, which they're completely allowed to do. And so my comment in the server was, let them be. And quite honestly, people on the left and the right, both sides of the Overton window, they have some legitimate beef with government. And
maybe vice raid.
The flag. The flag is just a piece of cloth, and right now that piece of cloth, for a lot of people, both on the left and on the right, represents an overblown, overly large, the largest government in the history of the world, folks. Literally, the largest government in the history of the world. The most expensive government in the history of the world that spends all of its time sending our troops all over the world fighting wars that we shouldn't be involved in. And that's something that both the left and the right can get on board. And when we protest and no one listens, maybe the only way sometimes to get attention is to take these symbols that so many people hold sacred and dear and say, here, now pay attention to us. And that's so much better than burning a building down.
Yeah. Busting windows out.
And our current president, Right. Or attacking people. And our current president did state, and there are things decisions he's made that I'm 100% on board with. I let him deport people. Go through the process and let him deport people that shouldn't be here. 100% on board with that. I'm 100% on board with removing things like DEI from the education department. I'm on board with a lot. There are things he's done that I don't like, but two of the things that he's done that I think should prompt conservatives to take note. One, he said that he's for red flag laws. Take the guns first, worry about due process later. That's a big problem.
Wait, what? When was this said?
In his first term, he said that he has stood by that. And Pam Bondi has continued to promote the idea of a federal red flag legislation that if the states won't do it, then the feds will enact it.
Take our guns
at the federal level for all states under red flag legislation.
The only thing I support about it is it would like those red flag laws require it to go in front of a judge, which I do think is what needs to happen with any of them, and that's the problem with a lot of red flag laws. They just want to
no, but it's the due process comes after they've already come to your house and taken the gun, and then they have 72 business hours to get you in front of a judge to decide whether or not you are safe to have a gun, and you have to pay for that. You have to pay to go to court and represent yourself, even though you've committed no crime and there are no charges. That's the problem with red flag legislation. And the other problem with red flag legislation is that anybody can basically report you, a friend, a family member, a coworker, a psychiatrist, a medical doctor, like, an ear, nose, and throat specialist. And that's what the mental health screenings. I know everybody sees that when you go into a doctor's office now. Are you currently suicidal? Are you safe at home? Do you feel like you might be, dangerous? These people aren't mental health professionals, and that's what they do at the VA. Look at how they treat AVA. Look how they treat Katie Eilers from Omaha. What they've done with her. So I don't agree with him on the red flag legislation, and he also said that he wants to make it illegal to burn the flag and to put people who do burn the flag in prison for a year.
That'll never go. The Supreme Court has already ruled against it.
Mama Bear, I agree.
You and I know
it's
that,
a respect thing. However, as long as they aren't being violent, like if they're not snatching it out of someone's hand and being violent in that way, if they bought the darn flag themselves, it is theirs to do what they want with it, and there's nothing we can do about it.
I do want to announce something real quick. Sergeant Gravy, who watches almost all of our shows, I think, his dog passed away. So say a prayer for Sergeant Gravy.
Oh,
he's a disabled veteran.
Oh, sorry,
and relied on his dog quite a bit. So,
sorry about that, Sarge.
And TC, on that topic, we have to remind our government they work for us, not the other way around.
Exactly, and that's what I wish people would understand. So, and I understand the person who got mad at me. I can understand to a degree why he got upset. But my point is, in what I said, and you saw the comment on, because I know you went back.
I did. I went back because I was like, what the hell did I just miss?
So the comment that I made was, if they were to enact legislation that made it a federal crime to burn the flag, once a week, I would buy a flag and I would do a live stream and I would burn the flag. And just to make the point, you come and get me then. Because I stand for the natural rights of man to protest their government. And when they are more interested in protecting that piece of cloth than they are in doing what you said that they're there for, to work for us and defend our natural rights, our right to the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, the freedom of assembly, the freedom to keep and bear arms. When they don't want to do that, then I don't know that I want to honor that piece of cloth that they tell me I have to honor.
Very true.
And so it's a very small sign, and it's a peaceful sign of protest.
Well, isn't that how
When-
they
when
retire
Donald-
the flag anyway? They fold it and they burn it.
Yeah, right. But there's a very specific process in burning the
Correct.
flag in retirement which I totally understand, and I've been there for that. But what it comes down to for me is we are some of you have heard me say, like, we're the government. We, the people, are the government. The Constitution is the governing authority by which we control people that we put into position, put into office. When we have so usurped that position where now we look at the state, when we look at the state and we determine that we have to do what the state tells us to do, or there's going to be problems, then we no longer live in a republic. We live in, and some of you have heard me say this, we live in an imperialistic country. And that all changed in the 1860s when dissenting states, whether you agree with them or not, were told, no, you don't have a right to leave, and we're going to make you stay. You don't get to divorce us. We're going to continue to abuse you.
Yeah.
And all of that changed during the American War or the American Civil War. That all changed. And instead of having the states be sovereign, which they were supposed to be, the federal government became the sovereign. The president became the imperialistic leader of the country. And we became, for lack of better terminology, all slaves. The Civil War didn't free any slaves. It created an entire country full of slaves. And ever since then, we've been fighting this fight to get back to what this country was founded to be, which was an agreement of parties to be in a union together to protect the rights that we have naturally received from creation or creation's God. And so it's very difficult for me to look at the symbol of what has become of our country, what was supposed to be a constitutional republic, and to say, how dare you burn this piece of cloth that represents the greatness of America, when the greatness of America hasn't really been great for any of us over the last 150 plus years.
I agree. Because if you look at it, all of us work 40 hours a week. And at the end of the week, because of everything we pay out to the government, we barely have anything to survive.
So that was the gist of what I was trying to say in the server, and so I melted the server down, and I didn't mean to. So.
You didn't melt the server down. You melted one person down. And then Ava went in protect mode.
That's my boy. I'm his baby daddy. And for those of you that don't have chickens of your own, I get to set my eggs directly on the counter for weeks on end.
And they're perfectly healthy.
Perfectly fine. Not washed, not refrigerated. And oh my gosh, I'll put pictures both on my YouTube channel in the comments, or in a note, and then I'll put it in the server too, of the color of the eggs, the yolks. Somebody goes, "Why did you dye those?" And I'm like, "What? How did I dye the yolk?" So
yeah, you have to explain to people, this is what it's supposed to look like when it's grown naturally.
Right, exactly. So
the government
I got to
bleaches our foods, not the other way around.
I'm going to try and get yard work done before the thunderstorms come in. So thanks for letting me hang out.
Yeah. Do me a favor though. Check out my recent video, if you haven't already, about the Kansas City Police Department.
Is that the one where the guy was kicked off
The sidewalk.
and then they ended up arresting him because he said,
I don't know.
didn't he end up getting arrested or like more than detained? Because I thought he ended up getting arrested and escorted off the university property.
He might have been. I'm not 100% on it because the video that I saw about it ended. And that's the one I just took it and I reposted it so that they could get maximum, what I'll say, reach.
Yeah, no, you guys definitely need to check out the video that Skipper did and check out that story. And this is why I tell people, and I'll close with this. This is why I tell people all the time, like, don't just look at somebody in uniform of the state, law enforcement, and go, oh, there's one of the, and think they're right. There's one of the good guys. I have no hatred for individual officers. I have a hatred for what has become the corruption of the institution of policing. And if you lived through 2020 and the fact that a lot of states implemented executive orders that required you to stay home and told you weren't essential and told you had to wear a mask, none of that would have worked if the states, the governors, the mayors didn't have people who wore badges and carried guns and handcuffs and had the authority to arrest you, do violence to you. Arrest is violent. There's no such thing as a non-violent arrest. When someone puts hands on you and puts handcuffs on you, that is, by definition, a use of force. When the government can rely on people in uniform with a badge, carrying a gun and carrying handcuffs to enforce their orders, then it's incumbent upon us to question the oath that each and every one of those officers swore. And just because Officer Smiley is Officer Smiley and is very nice to you while he's trampling on your rights, doesn't mean he's a good cop. He's a servant of the political class and not a servant of you. And I know that there are people in our stream right now on Rumble and on YouTube and on Twitter and on Facebook who are hearing that, and they're hearing, what a cop hater. Not. My brother's a cop. He's been a cop for over 20 years and he will not talk to me anymore. I don't hate cops.
You were one.
I don't wish any ill will on law enforcement. I want them to change. And I want them to stop covering for each other. And if you don't believe that they cover for each other, come watch my channel and watch the stories that I have covered just in the last year and a half alone. Story after story after story after story of cops getting away, sometimes with murder.
And rape.
And rape.
I was a victim of it.
Child molestation. Over and over and over again. Because the thin blue line is more important to them than the people they serve. And that's got to end. So I'm going to go because I got emotional.
I'm going to be ending the stream. But I do want everybody to go to our change.org petition. Let me pull that up because we're trying to protect veterans' rights, their Second Amendment rights. So let me get that over here. Make sure you go to TC and to Georgie's channels and subscribe to them if you haven't already. But sign and share this petition. We're over 4,200. The goal is to get to 5,000. But I can't do it without you guys. If you've signed it already, keep sharing it. Please keep sharing it because I think 5,000 is going to be a big success for this petition. And I'm trying to make sure I push it out every day.
And it's really important because it's literally about veterans having the very rights that they thought they were defending by joining the military, stripped from them by the very organization that they were promised would take care of them.
And if they can take it from the veterans, they can take it from the rest of us too.
Exactly. That we are the test case for everyone else. So if you don't think they're not going to come for mine. Oh yes, they will.
Oh, and by the way, just as a subtle reminder, as Skipper ends the stream, that don't tread on me, no step on snake, Gadsden flag that you fly on the back of your car, right underneath I back the blue. Who do you think your state and your city are going to send to come take your guns if they decide they don't want you to have them anymore?
Right.
Bingo.
And these are veterans who don't even know that they've lost their rights. It's just the VA is just going straight to the FBI and saying, hey, take this guy out of the NIC system. He shouldn't have a gun. Just a bureaucrat, not a judge, not a law enforcement official, just a bureaucrat from the VA. And that is wrong.
100% correct.
So,
thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Maybe after Veteran Nation Live tomorrow, we'll do a Father's Day chicken key prep
I'm down.
stream.
We can.
So, yeah, maybe we can do that after the stream tomorrow. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, for being here. Subscribe to Minnesota Black Robe Regiment and to Georgie's Life Uncensored. And as always, or Georgie's Life Unfiltered. I'm sorry. My bad.
She's always uncensored.
Shut up.
As always,
Of course you are, Mama Bear.
Thank you for being worth serving.
Bye, guys.